Hi guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Niall Lynn and this is a My COVID recovery video. So I got my antibodies test. I do have antibodies. I also went through a lot of other stuff and I want to tell you about it because the recovery was not as easy as I thought it would be. I kind of thought like, oh, I'm at the end of my COVID, because I was feeling better, and then it didn't go as well as I had hoped. So I wanted to update you guys, but I am okay. Don't worry, I'm okay. But I just want to let you know what I went through so that if you're going through similar things, you can see that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. Okay, so got the antibodies test, have the antibodies, then went to get everything checked, right? Just every doctor's appointment that I could go to just to make sure I was 100% okay, because, I clearly had it. So they gave me an EKG. They did a lot of other stuff, but the EKG came back irregular, And so I had a possible myocardial ischemia. That's what it said on the thing. I practiced saying that for you guys because it's like a crazy word. I don't even really know what a myocardial ischemia is, but that then made my doctor refer me to a cardiologist. So I had to go see a cardiologist. And then the cardiologist took another EKG. I'm not really sure why they take another one. Maybe they need their own EKG. I don't know. I've never needed a cardio doc in my life. I've never had any heart problems. I don't have any pre-existing conditions. I was worried when before getting COVID that I was gonna have respiratory issues from it because, I've had bronchitis throughout my life and I'm much more susceptible to that. Now, I don't have pre-existing lung conditions. I just have had bronchitis a lot in the past, but there's not anything technically wrong with my lungs. And I take all those supplements that I take because my mother is a nurse and a health nut and, has a vegetable garden and makes her own granola. And we're just like those types of people that take a bunch of supplements. But those supplements aren't because of any pre-existing conditions. So as you can imagine, getting in a regular EKG freaked me out. So then I get the second EKG at the cardiologist. She says, you're going to be okay. It looks like you just have a loop. All I heard was you're going to be okay. I heard just have a loop, but I didn't register it. I sort of went I was just so relieved when she said you're going to be okay that I was just like, whoosh. So I should have asked her more questions because I didn't know what a loop was when I left. And then I couldn't get a hold of her because, you can't get a hold of your cardiologist right away just by calling the hospital in the middle of a pandemic. I had to wait for follow-up. So I called one of my best friends who I knew had heart problems when she was younger, 12. She had heart problems at 12 years old. And she was like, oh, a loop is when your valve doesn't close all the way, probably. Now, I don't know if that's what the cardiologist meant or not. I don't know. I haven't had my next follow-up yet. In the meantime, the cardiologist sent me to get an echocardiogram. They call it an echo. I don't know what it was. I just know they scanned a thing over you, kind of like a sonogram, but of your heart and under here and here. And, they did a bunch of stuff and took a bunch of pictures of my heart. Yeah. Because it's but it was weird because they took all over. And I always think of my heart as one little area, but they check all this stuff. Who knows? So that I got a message from the cardiologist and she said, you're going to be okay. And, but I have this follow-up that I still have to go to. So what's been happening through all of this is I was trying to get back to normal. It's one of the reasons why they checked is because I was trying to get back to normal, normal exercise and stuff like that, and just wasn't feeling normal, And so that's why they gave me the EKG in the first place, I think. I'm not sure. And I didn't have normal energy. I was still tired. I would try to do physical activity. Guys know I like to do the Beachbody workouts. If you subscribe, because I talk about them on my channel. I couldn't do those. The cardiologist said, okay, so just walk in the park, but you wear your mask when you're walking in the park. It's been hot out, but I did. I went on long walks. I tried to get my steps in. Prior to COVID, I was the kind of person that got 10K to 20K steps a day because I'm a New Yorker and my day job is a dog walker, and then I would do Beachbody workouts at home at night. So I was super fit before, so it was really weird to feel like that. I finally am back to my workouts, but I'm having to do a recovery workout, and I really just started this week at the beginning of the week, and it's September 3rd right now, September 3rd, 2020. So it's literally taken that long to get back to working out, and I'm having to do a recovery workout, like not a regular workout. I mean, some of the moves are in a chair, so it's ridiculous. I know, but whatever. I'll get there. I'll get there. I feel like I'm 95 years old. It's rough. But I do feel like I am definitely getting better, and it's not anything like it was. I mean, it was just horrible. So I just wanted to check in and update you guys. If I haven't updated you on beauty stuff like this thing, that is why, because I didn't really keep up with this. Like all of a sudden you get an irregular EKG, all bets are off. You're just not thinking about anything else. You're like, what the heck is my life? I mean, it's crazy. So I'll update you again after the final cardiologist appointment, when I can get in to see her and let you know. But I just wanted to follow up just in case you're in COVID recovery, and it's not going the way you thought it would, so that you won't feel like alone. Now, my understanding is there's something called, so the irregular EKG said myocardial ischemia, but there's also something called viral myocarditis. Now, I don't know if I had that, but I had symptoms like that. Once I discovered that was a thing, I was like, oh, maybe that's what was going on. Now, I have another friend who's a doctor, not my doctor, but another friend who's a doctor, and they said that the irregular EKGs after are actually common after COVID. So, and that my friend's a doctor, so that's not medical advice, but just know that I feel different now than I did when I got that irregular EKG, and I feel more capable of doing stuff now. So I feel, and and my echo was good. So I feel like I'm progressively getting better. So hopefully that's good news for me and you, if you're watching this and you're going through some of this. But just when it comes to COVID, look, get tested, even if you don't think you have it. I had the first blood test was the antibodies from here. They put it in a test tube. They sent it to the lab. Then they did a follow-up weeks later to see, even maybe a month, to see if I had, no, weeks probably, to see if I still had the antibodies. Now, they did the finger prick. That one said I had antibodies and COVID. So then everybody freaked out again the second time. And they did the nose swab thing again and tested that, but that didn't grow in the Petri dish, so that was a false positive, this finger prick thing. So I don't trust the finger prick thing now because I had a false positive. I did quarantine again for 6 days because I had to wait for the test. The first quarantine, I quarantined for like 16 days. I think the recommended quarantine is still 14 days. So, I did that second time, even though I thought it was a false positive because I didn't feel sick at all. But I just did it out of respect for other people because I would never want to get anybody else sick. But just know that, like, some people have an experience of getting this and getting a false positive from the finger prick. And then the nose swab, you have to get the nose swab. You have to get your blood drawn. So far, as of today, September 3rd, 2020, for it to be accurate, I think. And even then, you don't know. So, you can maybe go to a different facility to get tested to make sure, a second opinion, all that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm just sharing my experience, so that if you get this and it's positive, don't totally freak out yet. Get the nose swab and wait, but stay inside and social distance and wash your hands and wear your mask. I've done all of that. And to my knowledge, I have not gotten anybody else sick. I got it from my husband, who didn't know he had it. I mean, how could we know in New York? We got blindsided here in New York. So it's not like he gave it to me intentionally. We just live in a little apartment in New York City. How am I not going to get sick from him? And, I'm not going to talk necessarily about his symptoms. I might have mentioned them before, but that's his private medical business. So you'd have to ask him. You know, but he's doing better too. He's doing better too. And he was really sick before, and there was some scary stuff that happened. But I like to respect his privacy as much as possible when I can remember to, because you guys know I'm an open book, so it's kind of hard for me. So, yeah, that's about it. And I'll, you know, keep updating you guys. And when I feel like I can handle more in my day, I'll do some more beauty videos, but that's why I haven't been doing them. Because I sort of went like, I'm getting better, you know, and now I feel like I'm going back up. And I, you know, by all accounts, I have a clean bill of health, but the energy level isn't there fully, you know, and it definitely wasn't there before when I was getting a regular EKG, you know, so if you're going through that, hopefully you'll get better too. And this is not medical advice. Go talk to your doctor. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nyalyn. Stay safe, and know that you are loved, and that I appreciate your subscribing, and that I really enjoy being a part of this YouTube community, and that I hope that I can give you some hope. And you know, even if I can't give you hope, I'll just be straight up real with you, because that's just who I am. It's just my nature to call it as it is. And, you know, hopefully that works for you. And if not, that's okay too. But, you know, then maybe don't subscribe, because that's my personality. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. This is Nyalyn. Hope to see you again soon. Ciao.